Okay, yeah.
This.
Just hang with me for a minute here.
To help men, and mostly
This is a pretty cool chick. She's a
so if you are coming from
North
a lower
Korean
family and if you have
defector,
woman, you really do
and
not
she's
have
still
any other
got
chance in the
connections
society to
in
survive.
North
Can you
Korea,
believe
so she's
what
getting
happens
like the
if you have
latest.
AIDS in North Korea?
Yeah,
You're gonna be executed.
yeah. She tells you how it is. Jeannie Park. I had a Korean girlfriend one
Hi
time.
guys, welcome
Kind
to
of
my
interesting.
channel.
Yeah.
My name is
Yanni Park.
I'm a North Korean
Okay.
Defector Human Rights Activist.
I'm a North Korean defector.
So thank
Okay.
you so much for coming to my channel today
Yes.
to learn about what is happening inside the Hermit Kingdom,
Yeah.
North Korea. So the news that I just got is almost made me to faint.
Okay.
Because I couldn't believe this was happening
Yeah,
inside
look at
North Korea right now.
That's what you think
So
about.
amid of this pandemic, the things that killing North Koreans more than the coronavirus.
What?
There's another virus and disease
Another
that's
virus.
happening and spreading every corner of North Korea right now.
Spreading every corner of North
Which
Korea.
is sexual disease.
Chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. Yeah, that's what it is.
To unpack why sexual disease, the spreading of these sexual viruses is such a pandemic in North Korea.
It is.
We gotta talk about many different things. So number one, first of all.
Okay, well I'm gonna hang with you for as long as I can.
People were very super conservative in North Korea.
They're very what? Very conservative. They don't sleep around
until they get married.
Till they get married. They got married.
Out-of-wedlock babies was really
out-of-wedlock babies are, you know, 50s style.
The 90s famine happened.
They're all starving. Famine.
And this the rule inside the tradition we had inside the country kind of collapsed.
Yeah.
And then of course North Korea banning watching pornography.
But this is wild.
You literally get
death
sentence for watching pornography.
Death sentence for watching porn. You heard it right there. This is reality.
There are some people paying thousands of dollars among the top elites to buy pornography and watch what's going on inside. So when you're banning something so this much, which was human nature thing, it's gonna have some kind of side effect.
Side effect.
So that is a main reason now, people really losing all the tradition that we had about
losing all the tradition.
How we go by without sexual intimacy.
With sexual intimacy situations.
The second thing is that North Korea do not have a sex education in schools. So we don't know how we get sex disease. We don't know any of that. So in school, we don't even learn the word of sex. That's how the regime pretends that
Here's Mr. Rocket Man. Trump will be back. Y'all got along.
One hospital in entire North Korea.
One hospital in the whole friggin' Korea treats
this. There's one hospital in Pyongyang that treats the sexual disease.
Sexual diseases.
And guys, can you believe what happens if you have AIDS in North Korea?
What happens?
You're gonna be executed.
Yeah, you're gonna be executed.
North Korea literally executes people if they have AIDS. There are some workers in
cold hard
the
truth.
This
is wild.
Of this construction workers to Africa.
They go to Africa, construction with statues, and they're doing it. And a couple apparently they caught diseases from people in Africa. And they executed them all. There you go.
So now
it works, but it's kind of cruel.
Getting AIDS, and then what they do with the other diseases is a bit more tricky.
What?
So I'm not fully aware of how many diseases there are when you get it from those intimacies. But now the thing is that in North Korea, basically, there's no entertainment.
No entertainment.
There is no 24 hours electricity.
Yeah.
And now here we're living in this world. Think about it. How many things are dedicated to entertain human beings?
Yeah, I'm being entertained now. I'm doing a video.
There's so many entertainment, sports, everything.
Everything. I don't watch sports or anything.
To entertain us.
Well, I'd rather watch something like this. This is entertaining. This is real world.
Even though you're the super top elite in Pyongyang,
what's his name? Sister. Rocket Man's sister there. They threw her out.
What they do is a lot of these men, the powerful men, getting obsessed, getting mistresses. And because this country is there's no rule of law, you do not get convicted. You don't go to even jail for raping a woman. There's no even concept of raping a woman in North Korea. Like, there was a data that shows only like 5 people 1 year were punished with something related to rape crime, and they were trying to show to international community that they were a normal country. That's how rare it is for men to be punished for raping women.
So I don't,
in
okay,
this
so
American
she said,
law, they are
here, let's
adjusted.
stop a minute. Let's stop a second. She says, out of wedlock, you know, the whole bit. Out of wedlock, nobody will ever marry the chick, conservative. Yet, on the other hand, she's saying that they don't, all these guys are like violating these women, and nobody's prosecuted for it. 5 people for rape. There's no such thing as rape, and no such thing as bastard kids. I mean, it's kind of sounds. Maybe she'll clear it up here in a little bit.
There's tons of mistresses.
They got tons of mistresses. These are the elites.
The only women sometimes the women can survive is through selling their bodies.
So okay, they down to selling the bodies, and that's causing
countries designed to have men, and mostly the elite.
That's causing the syphilis, gonorrhea, and
So
all that
you're
stuff
coming
going
from a
on.
lower family, and if you're a woman, you really do not have any other chance in the society to survive.
That's their only chance.
So I still remember growing up there. I had a friend.
She had a friend.
He was like my age, and then I didn't even know what prostitute back then. Like they were literally the.
Didn't know what
neighbors were
prostitute
saying,
back then
like,
meant. Yeah,
that his mom was selling flour.
selling
And
flour.
then, which means like you are selling your flour. That means you're a prostitute in North Korean term. And
Bet you
like,
didn't know that.
We go out in the
Train
station.
train station.
All
Let's see.
these young girls and like women go out, just try their best to find food to bring home by selling their bodies.
Right.
And so therefore, so easy for men to sleep around.
Men
And
sleep
then the
around
problem is
easy.
that when you even get this disease,
And
they cannot really afford to go to hospital. If they go to hospital, the government cannot register you as a sexual, diseased person. Cannot make sure everybody in your company and knows, and you're gonna get fired. If you're a woman, then
your life's
sure
ruined.
everybody in the
Short
neighborhood knows.
Short
So that
version.
women can never marry again. Because of this stigma, making people hiding, and so many people are now dying because of sexual transmitting this disease. This is something that we didn't really understand. I didn't even think it could happen in North Korea, and this is I think how a country, how a civilization falls apart. Now,
Good
not
point.
only this
That's a
is
good
problem
point.
right now, as I've been talked about in the past, because there's a lack of medical devices.
They
and
got all the medical
medicine.
medicine.
North Koreans are using opium as a cold medicine.
Oh, okay. I've
Opium
watched
as
this
a pain
before,
killer.
like once or twice.
And they use in North Korea.
Here she
it is
comes.
now
She's getting ready to lay it on the
crystal meth,
line.
because
Crystal
that's where the
meth.
regime earns money. But therefore,
They selling
within
crystal
the
meth.
elites, crystal meth is such a easy, cheap thing for them to access to. So therefore, all these elite men in the top getting this drug and drugging these women with give them the crystal meth.
Ain't that the way we
And
figured
then
it probably
sleep with
did
them
work?
and have a lot
I mean,
of,
sort of.
not healthy sex. So now this became such a big pandemic that now regime is confused what to do about it.
The regime is
What I
confused.
heard from
It's hard to
North
imagine.
Korea is that they literally bring a lot of medicine from India and China, and they would not buy those sexual disease medicine. They buy the ingredients and then bring it, and then they mix it in Pyongyang because
They
didn't
make
want
their
other
own.
countries to know about this
Yeah.
embarrassing situation that's happening in the country.
Isn't that wild?
But just the thing how the regime treats
There's
people
Rocket
with
Man.
disease, AIDS is execution.
AIDS is
and
execution.
How this regime is still allowed to continue and be alive.
Yeah.
Literally, North Korea is run by mobs.
She said a lot of good points here.
And the just prices the people are paying there, being